do you feel? Nothing.
We experience thousands of thoughts on a single day, and we are, generally speaking, unaware of how our thoughts influence us. Thoughts are a fundamental part of being human, and when we observe our thoughts and when we label each of our thoughts, it helps us to understand how we think and how our thoughts influence how we feel and even what we do. So how will you be labeling a thought for this meditation? Well, let's say while doing this meditation you remember something that happened earlier in the day. That memory, that recollection is a thought. Once you have this thought, all you do is you label that thought by using the first word that comes to your mind. So let's begin this meditation. You can have your eyes open or closed, it's up to you, but you will need to type. When you notice a thought, label it with a word. You can use any word you like to label that thought. It doesn't have to be accurate or thought out, just use any word that comes to your mind first and press enter. Once you label a thought, continue being aware and continue the self-observation. And whenever you notice a new thought, label it again using the first word that comes to your mind and press enter. As you do this meditation and as you continue to label your thoughts, you will experience gaps in between your thoughts, a silence in between your thoughts. You could call it an empty mind. Whenever you encounter silence, label that silence since you noticed it, and then gently wait in that silence. Remember that there is no need to encourage or discourage thoughts when you're in that silence. You can sit with that silence and you can experience that silence. I'll now leave you to label your thoughts on your own. When you notice a thought, label it with the first word that comes to your mind and rest yourself in the silence in between thoughts. Everything you experience or remember is a thought. When you notice it, label it with a single word and continue being aware. If at any moment you find yourself being unsure and you're wondering if what you're experiencing is a thought or not, then that question itself is a thought, and you can label that question. If you're ever in doubt, that doubt is itself a thought, and you can label that as well. If you notice that you wandered away from this meditation, label that realization and continue being aware. Anything you notice, it might be a judgment, a question, a feeling, a sensation, an observation, a realization. Label that thought with a single word that comes to your mind first, and continue being aware. When you notice a thought, label it with a word and notice the space in between each of these thoughts. When you label a thought, you can use the first word that comes to mind. This word doesn't have to be accurate. Your thought just needs a label, and any label will do. As you observe each of these thoughts, as you notice each of these thoughts rising up, you're learning in a deep way the way in which your thoughts work and the way in which your thoughts influence you. And this wisdom will help you respond to your inner world in a healthy.
And we'll be back one day.